Chicken, really?
She drove.
Well, I know it's for dinner. Alright guys, what is up? Thank you again for watching the channel. Huge loaded YouTube video today. Hope you guys enjoy the content. So much going on with the WifeMax. We're going to be installing the BD Diesel driver's side manifold, the no pinch driver's side manifold. A lot of you Duramax guys, make sure you consider doing that. It's a very cool upgrade. That we're going to be installing my old Edge CTS2 monitor. We will be upgrading, but that's what I have at my disposal right now. It's just an old one that I've had on my LBZ for a very long time. But again, we will be upgrading. The next thing that we're going to be doing is installing a EGT probe. So we're going to be monitoring our exhaust temperatures from the manifold, which is a huge deal. It's a huge deal, especially when you're hauling a trailer. So the goal here is 750, 800 horsepower. Street truck. And not only that, but we can also maintain drivability. So it's not going to be a full-on race truck. It's just going to be a street truck, but it's going to be able to put you in your seat. That's what this truck's about. And of course, we're building it for the wife on the channel. I don't want to get off topic here, guys. This is the huge reason why I'm making this video. You know, we can install a manifold, Edge CTS2 monitor, all that good stuff, and I'll show you guys how to do all that. But we have a giant charger. We have a 68mm Ryan's diesel service, and this is a 6.6 liter. This is a first generation style Duramax, so this is your LB7. Not only that, we have fueling, guys. We have a 10mm Exergy CP3 pump, and we have 50 over injectors. We have the built trans, but guys, there's no tune on this truck. What is the highest PSI we can hit with this turbo? It makes you wonder. In my LBZ, if I'm not mistaken, the highest that I hit with my tuning was 37 PSI. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I'm very close to that number. But with this right here, with no tuning, which actually does come into play when ramping up the PSI on the turbo when you're getting on it, with no tuning, it's going to be a laggy pig. So I figured this would be an interesting topic. Why not send it and see what we can do here? And then I will do an after video as well, and it will be later, of course. You know, this truck isn't really ready completely yet. But once I actually get the ECM tuned, we're going to do another video, and then we're going to see what this turbo really has to offer. For those of you guys just stopping by and you own a diesel, Duramax, Power Stroke, or Cummins, I'll leave Ryan's Diesel Services link right there in the description below if you guys want to check out his stuff. We'll be diving into that here in a second, but on a side note, just a little weird hobby of mine. I don't know if you guys are like me. I have no idea. But I know a lot of you guys are like-minded. I've been using this Olight flashlight for a while now, and I did a video on this one as well. I absolutely love it. The reason why I want this one right here is because it's going to be really helpful for videoing purposes. Here's a huge reason why I picked this one up and this one up right here. Check this out. That's it. It's magnetic, and you just plug it right into a simple USB port. It'll charge it up, so you're not messing around with replacing batteries all the time, because I use these flashlights constantly. I go through them all the time. Even there's a flash sale going on June 21st to the 23rd, actually, and I think it's because of the Father's Day weekend. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave a link in the description. I will be using these lights. They're super bright. I'll be using them in my video today. Again, really quick, BD Diesel driver's side manifold. We'll be installing that today. We'll also be installing a brand new gasket for the manifold. We're just going to get this on, the hard stuff, I guess, until I get that kit in. We'll be installing the EAS EGT sensor probe, which is going to be plugged in right here. And then we have extended cables. Of course, we have the monitor, the Edge CTS2. I do need to upgrade that to a 3. A custom console mount, which I will be leaving in the description below for you guys. We'll be relocating that CTS2 right there instead of the normal, which is right there. So we're good there. Leave the jack there for double security, of course. You don't have to pull the wheel, but it can give you plenty of access back there. I dropped the nut on the for the clamp. I zipped it out too far on the ground.
It's probably stuck up in here.
Huh. Telling you, man, these flashlights come in handy. Look at that.
Oh.
Wow.
Nice. Glad
I found that. I have an extra one, so, but I'm not use the extra one.
The magnet's a good thing too.
Yeah. Okay, I removed the 12mm 12-point sockets. There's 3 of them that go around this up pipe right here. went ahead and removed that gasket. We're gonna go ahead and remove all of these little nuts and bolts that go around the manifold. I'll just go ahead and work around them completely. We'll be using a 14 millimeter, and I'm actually gonna use a shallow this time, just because it's kind of tight to get in there. We'll go ahead and do the tops, and then I'll do the bottoms off camera, but I'll show you guys how to get this off here. Sometimes they're on there so tight that you may need a breaker bar. This is why I'm using my SP Tool electric. These work really well, but obviously it's not gonna give us much torque as a breaker bar. But if I end up getting to that point, then I'll definitely do that. Obviously, it came off pretty smooth. All right, so we have it out, and I just pulled the gasket out. Surprisingly, this gasket's in still pretty good shape. Of course, we're gonna replace it. But here you guys go. Of course, you're gonna have the EGT port right here. This is the pinch that I'm talking to you guys about, where it kind of divots right there. And of course, this one doesn't. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy in there. Now, I will be installing an AC Delco gasket. I don't want to go cheap on these gaskets. I know I did clean the surface of the head itself. It'll provide a better surface for this to actually sit in and have zero leaks. And then, guys, I removed the tire. I mean, clearly, I'm not fighting around a tire. That's why I pulled it. It takes me, what, 2-3 minutes to pull a tire. So you don't have to pull the rim, but of course it's going to give you more access. All right, here we go. The install complete. We just got to put the intercooler pipe on, and then we're going to go ahead and install that EGT sensor right there. But this job can definitely turn into a way longer process. One, you don't have the correct tools, or two, those bolts are stubborn. You can't get them off, especially on that up pipe. And not only that, if you, God forbid, snap a bolt either in the head or, of course, on the manifold. But I guess it wouldn't matter if you're replacing the manifold, right? But yeah, this job can be a nightmare. It really just depends on which way you want to go. As you can tell, I didn't remove the entire up pipe. That up pipe connects right directly to that turbo. So that's a good thing. Note, this thing's been on the entire time. It's actually pretty warm. But this little flashlight right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the charger, get a full charge out of it. So exactly why I love these things. They're rechargeable. I like that they're tactical, so I can put them on my squirt gun. Keeps it simple for me. I like these better than the actual mechanics ones. Now, I was going to end the video. It's funny, I just dropped the truck. I was going to end the video and say that I lost my 14 millimeter socket. That's kind of uncommon. But right when I dropped the truck, there she go, rolling out right on the ground. So, yay me. Most guys actually drill and tap. It's a lot easier, but of course more expensive to put a manifold on there and just put a EGT probe in there. So now that we've installed the manifold, we'll go ahead and install this probe and then plug everything in. It's going to look great, guys. All right, so this is pretty simple. Basically, you're just going to screw the fitting in, get it nice and tight. That, go ahead and plug this one in. Of course, tighten that all up. And then once you're done with that, I'm just mocking it up for you guys for the camera, but I'll get all this tight, but it's kind of tight to get the camera in here. That's exactly how you do it. And then we'll run our wiring through the cab. All right, so now that that's connected to the manifold, that wire leading to the probe, go ahead and clip in our EAS sensor. I see this wire, I went ahead and clipped it in here. Obviously, I have it strung all the way down here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead now, just run this through the cab. I'm actually gonna go right to the rubber grommet, which is right here through this big old rubber grommet. Okay, so we're at a point where we ran the wire all the way through the firewall. We plugged it into here. This is actually the connection that goes to your OBD2 port. And then the end of the connection right here is going to your CTS2 monitor. And there's the monitor, guys. We'll go ahead and turn it on here in a second. Let's fast forward really quick here. Pretty much what you're gonna go ahead and do is pull this out and then run the wire through, of course. Remove this pillar, this plastic pillar. And then go ahead and just remove the screw off the back of this right here. Go ahead and feed that wire through the headliner and it'll give you access to this hole right here. You can use that. You just keep working it until you get it through here. Before I put everything back together, I forgot to mention, obviously that's going to be going through there and you've got to plug it in here so the wire can get through. So make sure you guys cut a hole in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's installed. It looks amazing, but yes, much better there instead of there. Again, I'll leave a link to that mount right there as well. I believe it's about 40 bucks. Also, I have a coupon code TruckMaster. It's gonna help you guys out if you guys want to go ahead and install your monitor up there instead. So make sure you check that out. It's a really close friend of mine, Dakota. He actually owns that company, so I do have to give him a huge shout out for that modification right there. That's actually really cool. I love how it plugs in. I mean, seriously, it's nice and stiff in there. And really, again, guys, all it is just a little clip that goes behind it. And pretty much all you're gonna go ahead and do is just wedge it right into this housing right here. Fits perfect. It looks great. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull up this EGT probe. Right, it's not showing right now, but pretty much all you got to do is I need the Edge CTS3. It's a brand new monitor, so this is just temporary for now, guys. Well, that's strange. It's not showing EAS EGT whatsoever, so that's not good. It's not picking it up. It's probably a connection. I just need to check it. It should pick up the actual connection, and it's not. Let's go to the EAS. It's not plugged in. Something's wrong. I gotta double check it. I'll get back with you guys. I mean, it's an old unit. It very well could be the actual wire that's connected to it. I'm not sure. You ready?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and pull it out. We're gonna go ahead and test drive it. Drive it down the road. Get on it hardcore.
You or me?
We'll see. Maybe both of us. Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Nothing. Okay, hello everybody. I'm back. It's the very next day. I turned the camera off because I wanted to diagnose it. It was showing a fuel pressure regulator code and nothing was disconnected, so it took me a while to figure it out. I actually had a friend of mine actually was walking in the garage just seeing what I was up to, and he's like, disconnect these top harnesses up here. And I'm like, I didn't mess with that. Doesn't make any sense. But I did. I disconnected the two top main connectors up here, plugged them back in, and the truck fired right up. When I turned the camera off, the truck was just cranking and cranking and nothing was starting. I am so glad that the truck actually started. Awesome. All right, let's keep going. Alright guys, I'm not going to get all fancy with the camera. I'm just going to point it at it, so bear with the shakiness, but you'll get the idea. I think that was it, guys. Let me do it again. Alright, let's try this again. This time we'll go, we'll do a little boosted two-wheel drive launch. Like the highest we got was 22, a whopping 22 psi. Oh wow, back end was really breaking loose though. It didn't take off like a rocket, but man, that she scoots with no tune. 4-inch exhaust, not bad at all. We're in another country, of course. Man, I'm telling you what though, she is struggling. You know, this LB7 has more modifications than my LBZ under the hood with the fueling. But my LBZ would just kick this thing's butt, I'm telling you. All right, another two-wheel drive. We'll just kind of semi-launch it. This is a big turbo though, guys. Here we go. Not bad. But you know what, guys? This is why I'm addicted to diesels right here, man. Sure, you guys can buy a Tesla and get on it really hard and it's instant power and you'll go really fast or whatever. There's nothing like the sheer power of a diesel in a light duty medium pickup truck. And you know, just ramping up the fuel and all the other modifications, it's an addiction, man. It sounds awesome, it pulls hard, but not only that, when you want it to work, it's there for you. It's always there for you. Unless the thing breaks down. Alright guys, I'm gonna continue to have fun with my Duramax. 22 PSI, not too bad. We'll get it up there, man. I'm telling you, I have a strange suspicion we can probably ramp this thing up to about 40 PSI. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Continue to follow this build right here. I'm just loving this thing. It's so awesome. I know it doesn't look like much, but just be patient with us, guys. Seriously. But I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned.